You're not lazy, you're not broken, you're just stuck in habits that are keeping you small. And guess what? That version of you that gets stopped on, she's not a fantasy. She's just waiting for a better system. So let's break the loop. Look, girl, some of the most talented, skilled, and exceptional people stay stuck not because they lack ability, but because they keep falling into the same invisible traps that quietly sabotage your progress. It's not a lack of intelligence, it's not even a lack of motivation. It's a loop. One made of fear and pressure, distraction and guilt. A loop that keeps you thinking that you're just lazy when really you're just overwhelmed. You're unsure, you're protecting yourself from the discomfort of growth. You probably felt it too. That moment when you know what you need to do, but suddenly something else becomes urgent. You sit down to send that email and end up cleaning your kitchen. You open your laptop to work on your dream project and somehow you're now Googling how tall your odds are. Like seriously, why is that even interesting right now? And before you know it, another day gone, nothing moved forward, and that voice in your head starts whispering again, what's wrong with me? And let me be clear, nothing is wrong with you. You're not lazy, you're not broken. You're just running a pattern. And that pattern can be reprogrammed. Today, I'm breaking down the 4 hidden reasons why even the most ambitious people procrastinate and the exact habit shifts that will help you finally follow through on what matters most. And we're not just talking about hacks. We're talking about lasting rewires, the kind that flip your brain from delay mode to go mode and make showing off for your goals feel natural. So if you're ready to stop waiting for the perfect moment and start becoming the person who follows through, let's go! This video is for you. Número 1. Fear of failure. Let's call this out right now. Procrastination is not always laziness. Sometimes it's fear in disguise. And you want to know what's fear's favorite costume? What if I fail? That voice that whispers, don't start yet, it's not the right time. You're not ready. If you mess up, everybody will see it. But here's the truth. No one tells you that doing nothing is not safer. It's just slower failure on autopilot. Because while you're busy playing it safe, someone else, less talented, less prepared, and less experienced is walking away with your opportunity because they showed up, even when fear told them not to. Let me say this louder for the people in the back. You don't need to be fearless. You just need to move while you're scared. And failure is not the opposite of success. It's actually the prerequisite. We've been trained to treat failure like a red flag, like it's something shameful. But every leader you admire, every creator you follow, they didn't succeed despite failure. They succeeded because of it. Sarah Blakely didn't build Spanx into a $1 billion brand without hearing no 1,000 times. Oprah didn't become Oprah without rejection, resistance, and people telling her she wasn't right for the role. They were not fearless. They were relentless. If a toddler had your mindset, humanity wouldn't exist. Really now, imagine a baby learning to walk. They fall a lot. They fall face first into the carpet, and then they cry, and they wobble, and they fail literally 1,000 times. But they just don't say, whoop, I guess walking is not for me. Guess I'll crawl forever. No, they get up again, and eventually they run, believe me. So why do we, as grown adults, treat one failed pitch, one messy attempt, or one piece of negative feedback like this is the end of the world? Let me tell you about my son's bike, because this hit me the other day. I just bought my son a new bike. And watching him right now is flying. But what you didn't see was what happened before that. You didn't see the scraped knees, the frustration, the tears. He fell so many times, but every time he got back on, adjusted, learned. And one day, it just clicked. Progress doesn't come from staying safe. It comes from riding through the wobbles. But what if you let fear decide? Here's what actually happens. You delay the project. You avoid the pitch. You stay in the job that drains you. You watch somebody else build the thing that you dream about. And the worst part is not even the failure that will break your heart. It's the regret of knowing you never even tried. So listen, girl, you got 2 outcomes every time you act. It works? Amazing, celebrate it. Or it doesn't. Even better, now you know what to do differently. Either way, you are further than you were yesterday. So next time you're about to hold back, ask yourself this. What can I learn from this? Because success is not a perfect leap. It's like a salsa step. 1 step forward, 1 step back. Adjust and repeat. Just keep dancing. As long as you are dancing forward, That's your rhythm, you're winning. But here's the real shift. Your brain is wired to keep you safe, but your soul is wired to expand. And yes, you're going to feel fear, but now you know what to do with it. So are you going to let fear slow you down again? Or are you ready to move even when it's messy? Let's go. Número 2, overwhelm and perfectionism, aka the dream killers in disguise. Let's get one thing straight. Perfectionism is just fear wearing a fancy outfit. We romanticize it. I just have high standards, but really it's a mental delay tactic dressed up as ambition. And overwhelm, that's what happens when you try to do everything at once or expect yourself to be flawless before you have even begun. The result, then you don't start at all. You say things like, I need to be ready, but what you really mean is, I'm afraid I won't be perfect. Ever caught yourself saying, I'll start next week once I have more time? I just need to map it all out first. I need to do it right. Yeah, I've said them too. But let's call it for what it is. Perfectionism is procrastination with a PR team. And here's the raw truth. Perfect does not exist. Like, literally. There's no universal definition of perfect because everybody's idea of perfect is shaped by their trauma, conditioning, culture, and TikTok feed. So if you're chasing perfect, you're chasing a ghost. So let's talk about the perfectionism loop. It really starts with good intentions. You want to do something well, so you plan, but then it gets big. Suddenly, that project feels massive. You feel behind before you even begin, and instead of starting small, you freeze. That's the loop. And the only way to break it? Messy action. Now, even Beyonce wasn't born Beyonce. Let's take the queen herself. You know her now as a perfectionist, but do you think the early days of Beyonce had everything dialed in? No, missed notes, technical glitches, outfits gone wrong, but she showed up again and again and again. And each imperfect moment, it made her better. You don't become legendary by being flawless. You become legendary by being willing to start even when it's still messy. So now let's talk about overwhelm. Sometimes it's not fear of imperfection. Sometimes it's just too much. Too many tabs open on your screen and in your brain. You got so many things to do, your nervous system just stands out. So here's what I want you to hear. Overwhelm is not a personal failure. It's an alarm system. Ding, ding, is your body saying, hey, we are at capacity. Let's slow down so we don't shut down. So here's my overwhelm symptoms checklist. Maybe it's yours too. Here's how I know when overwhelm is creeping in. Is the brain fog? Is the heart racing? Is the short, shallowing breathing, obsessive scrolling, sweaty palms, randomly cleaning my junk drawer instead of working? Sounds familiar? Yeah, that's not laziness. That's your brain screaming, I don't know what to focus on. And just like you wouldn't ignore a fire alarm, you don't ignore an overwhelm either. You respond. How do I break through overwhelm? I pause. Then I move, literally. A short walk, a quick meditation, a journal session in a distraction-free zone. And once my mind calms, I do one of two things. A, I don't know where to start. If the task feels huge, I break it into bite pieces. I don't say, write my book. That's huge. Maybe you can say, research 3 books topics for 10 minutes. I don't need to see the whole staircase. I just need to see the next step and schedule it. Because what gets scheduled gets done. And B, I have too many things to do. If I'm trying to do everything, I end up doing nothing. So I brain dump every project and ask, what's the one priority that moves the needle right now? What has a real deadline? Can I delegate or defer anything? Am I saying yes to many things that don't serve the goal? And then I cut ruthlessly. Because it's not that you're saying no forever. You're just saying not yet. So you can say yes to what matters now. Progress is better than perfection. And at the end of the day, your brain is wired for certainty. It wants to know how every step plays out before you move. But that's not how progress works. The secret isn't a perfect plan. It's taking one small step, even if it's messy. So here's your mission right now. Think of one thing that you've been avoiding. And ask yourself, what's one small step that I can take today? Do that. Then do it again tomorrow. And that's, my friend, how you break the pattern. Number 3, lack of clarity. You're not stuck because you're lazy. You're stuck because you're vague, girl. How many times have you said things like this? I just want a better job. I just want to lose weight. I need a change. I need something different. But cool. But here's the problem. Vague goals lead to vague action. Vague action leads to no progress. And when you have no progress, that's where procrastination thrives. It's like asking your GPS for, take me somewhere better. It can give you directions because you haven't told it where you want to go, where you're going. Clarity is not optional, it's power. One of the biggest lies we tell ourselves is, I'll figure it out when I get there. Nope, you figure it out because you decided to go somewhere. Your brain, it craves direction, it needs a target, and until you give it one, it's going to spin in circles trying to feel productive while making zero actual moves. And here's the real reason why you're spinning in circles. You're not directionless because you lack ambition. You're stuck because you haven't chosen your next destination. And I get it, that choice can feel scary. What if it's the wrong one? Let me set you free. You don't need the perfect destination. You just need the next one. Because clarity is not a final answer, it's a compass setting. And girl, you can always pivot, you can always reroute, but you can move forward if you don't pick something. So let's get specific right now. Grab a journal and ask yourself, what part of my life feels misaligned or heavy right now? What have I outgrown that I'm still clinging to? What lights me up when I talk about it? What would I do if I were not afraid of judgment or failure? What's that dream that I keep secretly circling around? This is where things start to move. Not when you figure out the how, but when you commit to the what. And don't worry about the how, it will catch up. Here's what my coach Dan Martell told me, and it literally rewired my brain. There's no such thing as the best decision. The best decision is just making one and taking action forward. You don't need a 5-year plan. You don't need a perfect first step. You just need movement. Clarity comes from action and not overthinking. And once you get clear on what you want, everything else becomes easier. Your priorities line up, your schedule stops feeling chaotic, and you stop saying yes to every shiny thing that doesn't deserve you. And if you fail, guess what? You're failing forward. You're learning, you're refining, you're adjusting. And that's how every successful person does it. So try this right now. Take one of those big goals of yours. I want a better job. And get painfully specific. I want a remote role in marketing, earning $100K, working with a mission-led company that values creativity and flexibility. Keep going. Boom! Now your brain has a direction. And when it has a direction, it gets to work finding a way. And you don't need all the answers. Right now, I want you to stop worrying about what's realistic. Stop waiting for the whole map. Just give yourself the next marker on the trail, then move. Because here's the truth. You cannot build momentum on maybe. You build it by deciding, moving and adjusting, and deciding again. So if you've been feeling stuck, you don't need motivation, you need clarity, and now you got it. So let's move into the final habit killer, the one silently draining your drive. Number 4, instant gratification, the silent dream killer. Let's call this what it really is. Procrastination's sneakiest disguise is distraction that feels productive, but is not. You know the drill. You open your laptop to work on that big project, but first let's just do a quick scroll. 20 minutes later, you're somehow watching a video of a raccoon making pancakes. And how do we get here? That's instant gratification at work. Your brain is not broken. It's doing exactly what it's designed to do. Chase what feels good right now. Avoid what feels hard, even if it leads to something great. And it's not your fault. Your brain's being trained to love the ping, 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 the scroll, and the little win. Why? Because of dopamine, the chemical that rewards us for action. Fires faster and easier with short-term hits. You know, the likes, the comments, a funny meme, that went viral TikTok. But here's the problem. Those hits feel good for 10 seconds, but they steal 10 years of real progress if you let them. So if you want to rewire your brain, start here. This is not about quitting social media or becoming a monk. It's about taking back control. And it starts with 3 words. Maybe 4. Create before you consume. Before you check your phone, before you open somebody else's agenda, before you scroll, do your thing first. Write, build, plan, execute. Then and only then, reward yourself with a scroll, a snack, or a cat video that makes you giggle every time. Most people treat every task like it's equally important, and it's not. A to-do list is where your goals go to die. These are your top 1, 2, 3, no more high-impact actions that move your life and business forward today. Do those first. Not everything on your list needs to get done. But if those 3 things happen, you go to bed knowing you made real progress. And here's another harsh truth, girl. Multitasking is the lie that keeps you mediocre. Instead, pick one task. Set a timer for 15, 30, 40 minutes and turn off notifications. Go all in. And when the timer dings, Celebrate that focus time like the win it is. You're training your brain to love completion, not distraction. Now, let me say this loud for the people in the back. If the first thing you touch in your morning is your phone, you're starting your day on everybody else's terms. Your inbox is a to-do list written by other people. Social media is somebody else's highlight reel. Want to feel empowered instead of overwhelmed? Then try this. Wake up, breathe, journal 7 things that you're grateful for. Move your body, dance, walk, work out, or listen to something that fuels you, like a podcast, a playlist, a prayer. Drink your favorite coffee or tea. Start your day with what matters to you. And that's not a routine, that's a reclamation. Here's a truth bomb you didn't know you needed to hear. You are not unmotivated. You're just surrounded by traps that reward you for staying small. But now, you got the tools to break out. Reclaim your focus, girl. Control your inputs and choose your habits. Own your time, because discomfort, that's where your next level lives. And you were born to rise, my dear. Look, I know it's tempting to keep waiting for the perfect moment, waiting to feel ready, waiting for somebody to notice you, waiting for the big break, the right plan, the sign from the universe. But here's the truth. Waiting is not a strategy, it's a small tactic. And it's costing you more than you realize. So if you're still here, still watching, that means one thing. You're ready to stop waiting. And you're ready to start moving. But don't go in hustle mode. Don't burn yourself out. Start with one thing. One habit, one tiny shift, one decision that says, I'm not staying stuck another day. Whether it's naming your fear, blocking 20 minutes to focus, or finally saying yes to something that scares you just a little. Do that thing. Because your future self, the one crushing goals, building impact, walking in full purpose, they're counting on you to start now. Tell me, what's one little moving habit that you're going to start today? I read every single comment, so let's build this momentum together. And if this video lit something up inside of you, hit like so YouTube knows this message matters. And subscribe for more fire that flips fear into fuel. Smash the bell so you never miss a moment to level up, because this channel is your call to rise. No more delay, no more perfection, no more playing small. Let's go and build the life that you actually want, starting now, together. Let's go get it. By the way, if you want complete clarity on what makes you stand out, I put together a free resource with the most powerful insights I've given my clients, the exact same strategies that help them unlock their superpowers and build brands that open doors. It will help you to do the same, so you can step into your full potential and attract the right opportunities. The link is down below.